Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought it would be fun to share with you guys my 2021 goals and also reflect on 2020 and to kind of check in with myself and check in with you guys to see if I actually accomplished any of the goals I set back in 2019 for this year. I know that 2020 has been a roller coaster for all of us, and I'm actually pretty excited for 2021. I love the new year. It's a fresh start, literally a new chapter in everyone's life, and I'm ready for 2020 to be done and over with. I'm sure you guys feel the same exact way. So I did set 8 goals for 2020 and I wrote them all down, and then I reflected on whether or not I accomplished them. So the first goal I had was to be the healthiest version of myself, and I actually accomplished this. Like, how do you even measure this, that you're the healthiest version of yourself? But I honestly feel the healthiest I've ever been. I got really sick back in February, but since then I haven't gotten sick. Knock on wood. I haven't had any major health issues that I would need to address or anything like that, and I just have a lot more energy now and I feel great. So I definitely think I've accomplished that. The next goal that I set for myself was to be more positive and focus on my blessings, and I definitely accomplished this. I feel like at the start of 2020 we all had goals, obviously, and then by March our world completely stopped and our lives were put on hold. But I really used that time to focus on my blessings, on my health. My husband has been healthy all year. My sister and my niece are healthy. They're doing fine in Puerto Rico. So I really try to focus on what I have instead of focusing on what I didn't have or the shitty year that 2020 has been. And then for the next goal, I simply wrote down to let go of all the negativity in my life. And I don't know if I meant to let go of the negative people in my life or to just let go of negative thoughts, but I did both of those things this past year, so I definitely say I accomplished that. And then the next goal was to save at least 10K by the end of 2020, and I actually accomplished that. I'm so fortunate enough to say that, and I feel weird talking about finances on my YouTube channel, but I know that a couple of you guys have DM'd me that you want to see more finance videos on my channel. I just need to get out of my head and film those for you guys, but I actually was able to accomplish that goal halfway through the year, and oh yeah, I accomplished that. And then the next goal was to have multiple streams of income, and I did accomplish that, and I'm so grateful that I was able to accomplish that this year. In 2019, I only had one stream of income, and that was basically my full-time corporate job, and 2020 taught me a lot that you can't have all your eggs in one basket. So I definitely worked this year to diversify my streams of income, and I accomplished by making it 3 streams of income. So quite happy with that. And then I wrote down that I wanted to quit my job, and funny enough, I got laid off in March, or was it April? I can't remember. I got laid off early this year, and although it was a shocker, I had planned to quit that job in September of this year, and it just worked out that I got laid off. So I guess I accomplished it, but I didn't really quit, so I'm just going to put that I accomplished it. And then the 7th goal that I put down was to become a YouTube partner, and I accomplished that goal thanks to you guys, so I can scratch that off my list. And then the last goal was to move, and unfortunately I did not accomplish that, but that's okay. I have been living in the same apartment for the past 2 years with my husband, and we had plans to move to a different apartment for 2020, but given the current situation of the world, we decided to stay in our current apartment just because the rent is at a price that we can't really beat anywhere else in Boston, and we didn't want to spend unnecessary amounts of money. Moving in Boston would require at least 10 grand for first month security deposit and last month's rent, so we didn't feel like giving that money away when we're perfectly fine in an apartment, and we are just grateful to have a roof over our head and not really have to worry about where the money's going to come from to pay rent. So we decided to sit still and just enjoy another year in this apartment. So for the most part, I have accomplished my 2020 goals, and I'm quite proud of myself for doing that. I could have easily taken a back seat this year and just chilled at home, but I really decided to take this year to focus on my dreams and on my goals, so I'm really happy that I was able to do so. So now we can get into my goals for 2021. As I mentioned earlier, I am really excited for 2021, and I actually have about 14 or 15 goals for the new year, which is a lot more than what I had for 2020. A lot of these goals are not really huge. They're just things I want to get done or things I want to do more of. So we're just going to start. And then the first thing I wrote down was to move. So we are actually in the middle of planning a huge move. I won't say where just yet, but we are planning to move in 2021, hopefully early 2021, but we definitely will be in a new place, in a new area by summer of 2021. So I'm excited. That is my top goal for 2021. And then the second goal is to continue investing in the stock market. This past year, I've really gotten serious about investing, and so has my husband. So we want to double our investment portfolio, and yeah, so that's one of our goals as a married couple. And then the third goal that I have is to socialize more. I feel like I've had the same circle of friends for a while, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I kind of just want to meet new people. I don't know how that's going to work with the state of our world, maybe online, meet up, I don't know. But yeah, just meet new people and socialize more since we've been stuck inside for the past 10-11 months. And then the next goal that I have is a pretty obvious one, is just to simply grow my YouTube channel. I have been really lucky to been accepted to the YouTube partnership program, and I just want to continue growing my platform on here just to expand my beautiful little community I have here on YouTube. So I'm definitely going to focus a lot more on doing that in 2021. And then another goal that I have is to continue working on my perfectionism. This is something that I feel like I'm going to struggle all my life. It's definitely something that I've worked on this past year, but again, it's something that I have to continue working on. So that is just one of my goals for the rest of my life, honestly. And then I mentioned that I wanted to grow my YouTube channel, but I also want to grow my podcast. If you didn't know, I do have a podcast called Candid Hour, and it launched about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I upload every single Monday. Normally there's an episode by 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time that does go live, and I've really been enjoying recording my podcast and growing my platform on there, and I just talk about real life shit, and yeah, I'm having fun with that. So I definitely want to grow that in 2021. And then the next goal that I have is to read more. I used to be a huge reader when I was in college, and it wasn't even like I was reading books that were required to read for class. I have always been in love with books, and over the years I kind of stopped reading, and I want to get back into that. Specifically, I want to get back into reading more philosophy books. That's basically the only type of book I read nowadays or really enjoy reading, and I want to get back into that. It just helps me with my mental health, and I just love learning new things and bettering my life in any way that I can, and I feel like I can do that by reading more philosophical books. And yeah, so that's one of my goals. And then the next goal is probably going to be strange for you guys because I do a ton of hauls on my channel, but I actually want to buy less in 2021. I feel like I have bought a lot in 2020, and I just want to declutter my life, and that's another reason why I'm looking forward to moving, because it's a fresh start and I can leave a lot of things behind and hopefully not clutter up the new place. I'm still going to buy stuff and still show hauls on my channel, but probably not as often as I do now, just because it's better for the environment and it's better for my wallet. And then the next goal that I have is to continue to diversify my streams of income. As I mentioned earlier, I was able to create 3 streams of income this past year, and I want to create 3 more. That's not me getting greedy or anything. It's just I like to be able to diversify my streams of income and not have to depend on one particular like area of revenue, because if 2020 taught us anything is that you never know what could happen. Nothing is ever secure, so I definitely just want to continue diversifying my streams of income and yeah, continue growing financially. And then my next goal is to learn how to relax. This has been a life struggle for me. I have never been one to relax. Fun fact, I can't even float. I can't even relax enough to float. I'm always thinking about work. I'm always thinking about new projects I can create, new things I can tackle. And sometimes I just wish I could shut off my brain and relax and just enjoy the present, you know? I feel like that's something that a lot of you guys can relate to as well. And the next goal kind of goes hand in hand with relaxing, but it is to practice more self-care. I feel like I don't really do enough self-care. Like obviously I do face mask and all of that, but that's not really good self-care. Like we all need a good facial, but that isn't the only way to practice self-care. So I definitely want to take more time off to just be alone and figure out new ways to take care of my body, find new ways to take care of my mental health. And then the next two goals are pretty funny and you probably wouldn't expect it because I'm 26 years old, but my next two goals are to get my driver's license. I know, and to learn how to swim. So I never got my driver's license because I moved from upstate New York to Boston when I was like 15, right about to turn 16, and then by that time I graduated high school. I started college right in downtown Boston, so there was no reason for me to get my driver's license. And now that we're planning to move to another area, I do want to get my driver's license, and I think everyone should have their driver's license, especially if you ever plan to start a family, and it's just more reliable that way. And swimming, I actually never learned how to swim, but I do want to learn how to swim. I just think it's a life skill that, again, everyone should have and everyone should learn. This one I'm going to do with my husband because he doesn't know how to swim either. And then the next goal that I have is to stretch more. I know that a lot of people have New Year's resolutions where they want to like lose weight or gain weight or whatever. I just want to stretch more. I've really been having bad back pain and I know exactly why. I literally sit at my desk all day and the chair that I'm on is not the comfiest, so I definitely have to invest in a better desk chair. But I've been having lower back pain and I feel it a lot after being at my desk all day and after walking for like an hour or two, which I was never like that. I would be able to walk for hours on end and not feel any pain, but lately I have been getting a lot more back pain and I have horrible posture. So I feel like if I fix my posture and I stretch more, then I can control that pain, but I also just need to invest in a better desk chair. So if you have any recommendations on a good, comfortable desk chair that is great for your back, let me know in the comments below because I need one. And then the next goal that I have is to limit the amount of time I actually spend on social media. I feel like I could limit how many times a day I go on Instagram, how many times a day I check my YouTube account, and just stay off my phone a little bit more than I do now. I can't say that I'll limit my screen time for my computer just because I work off my computer, but I just want to stop reaching for my phone as often as I do throughout the day. And finally, my last goal for 2021 is to actually start a family. This one probably won't start happening until the latter half of 2021 just because we have that move that we want to do at the beginning of the year, but it's definitely something that that we've been thinking about for a while and we feel like we are ready. So that is something that I'm definitely looking forward to for the new year. And yeah, it's exciting to think about. I've always wanted to become a mom, so I'm just really excited for that. Fingers crossed it all happens smoothly. But yeah, that's something that makes me smile to think about, and I honestly can't wait for that. I'm 26 years old. My husband is 29. He's going to turn 30 in the next year, so we're just both ready for this next chapter in our lives and we can't wait. So those are my goals for the new year. I don't really like calling them New Year's resolutions because I'm not really changing much of myself. Obviously I'm trying to limit like how many times I go on my phone and try to relax more, but a lot of my goals are just things that I want to accomplish and things that I want to do and create in the new year. So I'm really excited. I'm sure you guys are excited as well for the new year, just to write off 2020 as a horrible year and just remove it from the history books, because this was just a chaotic year for everyone. Let me know in the comments below one goal that you guys have for the new year. I would love to hear your goals. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this little community I'm building here on YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.